Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jacob Fisher, and today we're getting into brokers, mostly because Robinhood dropped the ball when it came to the sheer velocity of trades going into GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and more. They had to limit the amount of shares for even safer stocks like American Airlines, then had to raise some more capital, which they did a decent job at doing. They raised quite a bit. This was because the clearinghouse increased capital requirements for some stocks. However, Robinhood uses its own in-house clearinghouse. Strange. Maybe I don't know the whole specifics, but some other clearing firms like Apex Clearing also restricted shares of these names. Companies like Public Investing and Webull both use Apex along with Tastyworks. So does that mean all of them just aren't good brokers anymore? I don't think so. But let's get into the new best brokers in town since Robinhood is dead. Then I'll get into which brokers I'm using in the future. Just make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for future content like this. First, let's talk Webull. They restricted shares because Apex Clearing, not Apex Legends, restricted shares. Once Apex lifted restrictions, you could trade again. Webull has $0 commissions, and they also allow trading of options for $0, and then some crypto as well. Their options are commission-free, and if you wanted to move out of Robinhood to trade options, specifically options, and I would recommend Webull if you're looking for those zero commission options, just because you don't have to pay any money to trade options. I've said options a lot now. Just be warned though that with commission-free option trading, you do run into kind of delays with your orders, or potentially your orders not getting filled. That just happens with commission-free trading brokers in the first place. If you're looking to day trade options, then they probably wouldn't be the go-to, but we'll have a video in the future coming out on that. You do get 2 free stocks with Webull, one when you open your account, valued from $2.50 to $250, and then one when you deposit $100 or more dollars, and that'll give you a stock valued from $8 to $1,600. That's a lot of money for a free stock, right? They have quite the variety of promotions, like if you do a bunch of things, you can spin the wheel and get another free stock. Essentially, it's free money, and that's the main reason why I opened an account with them, for the free stocks. However, since things have changed, I've decided to use them to open up an IRA. In the future, I'm going to be using them for that because I think of them more highly as a company than some of the other brokerages out there. The only thing missing from what could make them the new king is fractional shares. They currently don't offer fractional shares or DRIP, which is disappointing. Maybe one day. Next, let's get into Public, the social networking investing platform. They offer fractional shares. That's pretty much what they were founded on. Well, that and the social media aspect of investing. They do not offer options or crypto, but fractional shares, which are especially important, at least in my mind. You can also receive a free stock slice valued up to $15. You get to choose from 9 stocks when you do it, so you can kind of take your pick of that free money they're giving you, right? I kind of like that because I got to choose. While it might be a bit less than getting a free share of like AT&T or another company, I do get to choose the $11 that I invested into Tesla, which I like a little bit more. Something I like about them, and is very recent change of them, is the decision to not sell the order flow to other companies. Robinhood's largest buyer of order flow was Citadel. I think we all know this by now. And Public has chosen to avoid all of this together by just not selling your order flow. You can now tip them, which is essentially just a commission on a trade, when you make an order. It's cool. But again, it's just a commission. You don't need to because it's a tip, right? It's entirely up to you, but I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm probably going to invest small amounts with them because I think the social media impact of it is pretty cool, since you can show people your portfolio, not the dollar amount, of course, that is. If you want to sign up for a free stock, or check out stock slice, I should say, or check out my portfolio, then feel free to click the links down below. They also have DRIP because of those fractional shares. Let's move into what I think will be the best broker of 2021, and the one that I have moved most of my money out of Robinhood into. I'm still keeping Robinhood open because it has some of my savings account stocks in it, which just kind of sit there and collect dividends. However, I won't be buying anything else in there once the savings account has hit that goal that I've set for myself. I'm moving to Interactive Brokers, which has been around for quite some time. They're probably still one of the most professional brokers out there, and other than Centerpoint Securities or something like that. However, I think they're trying to tap into the retail traders like you and I with their newish plan, Interactive Brokers Lite. Remember when free apps were on the App Store and they were all called Lite? This is pretty much it. You guessed it. commission-free way to trade with Interactive Brokers. Not options, just stocks. Sorry, so if you want options, you will have to stick to Webull, unless you want to pay commissions, that is. Unfortunately, they do not offer a free stock when you sign up, but they do offer you an IBKR stock or just cash. It's $1 for every $100 you deposit, up to $1,000 by clicking my link below. Not the best, just like a 1% gain on your portfolio, but it is, you know, a little bit of free money, right? They have fractional shares, which you do need to enable, and they have fantastic margin rates. The fractional shares are what kind of intrigued me in Interactive Brokers, but the low margin rates are what got me to switch. Robinhood offers 2.5% margin rates above the initial $1,000 you get with Gold, which is $5 a month. IBKR is just 2.59% all around for the light plan. Of course, with the pro version, you can get significantly better margin rates, but you're also paying commissions to trade. Then they have drip, which is always helpful. I've talked about margin in my videos before, but as long as you aren't investing in GameStop with margin, then you should be good. Speaking of, Interactive Brokers restricted the margin of GameStop to 100%. So as long as you had the cash to buy GameStop, then you could purchase it with that. Options were a different story, but that market was also ridiculous. Let's get a clump of 4 brokers before we get into the last one. And we can pretty much just tag them all together. That's E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Schwab, well, TD's being bought by Schwab, and TradeStation. Schwab is the only one to offer fractional shares or stock slices for as little as $5. That's neat because, you know, none of those other brokers offer it, and they should. They're missing out on a lot of customers, I think. TD and E-Trade all have drip, but TradeStation does not. That's a real bummer for TradeStation, but then again, I think TradeStation is one of the best, more professional option brokers out there. It's what I used to do any option trades, despite it costing me 60 cents per contract. I think it's worth it for the fills and the efficiency I get with it. TD will always have a kind of a, you know, special place because of Thinkorswim, one of the best charting platforms out there that you can get for free. E-Trade has an amazing core portfolio feature that has honestly performed really well over the last few months that I've used it. I might still be beating it in my other E-Trade account, but it's still a good way for you to deposit 100, 500 or more a month and not have to worry about it. It only costs you 0.5% as well, and I think it's worth it. Schwab is buying TD, so at some point you'll just be using Schwab and not TD. They do have a Schwab Platinum, which is my favorite travel card right now, that lets you redeem your points for 1.25 cents cash back, which beat out Amex's own cashback redemption. You also get more money just depending on how much you have in your Schwab account. Those really kind of sums up those 4, and then we can get into the last one, which is Tastyworks. It kind of started out as an option broker, and it was created by the people who created the Thinkorswim platform, and they just have some great features for those looking to get more into options. $0 commissions on stocks and $1 on opening trades per contract for options. But they have a max commission of $10 per leg. For example, if you did an Iron Condor, which has 4 legs, and bought 20 contracts of each leg, most of the time that would run you $80 in commissions, but with them, it would only be $40 because it maxes out at that 10. Alternatively, if you wanted to buy 100 call contracts for GameStop, well, you don't need to pay $100, you just need to pay 10. They also just recently got into the crypto space, but again, I'm not sure if they're a broker that actually stores crypto, so it might just be like a fake thing and you can't actually transfer your crypto out to another account. That's something that I look for with a crypto platform, which, you know, you can do with Coinbase, which a review coming out in the future. Again, you can't do that with Robinhood. You know, I look at them as more of a way to get into option trading rather than a long-term broker, but they do have great features and did not restrict people in GameStop because Apex Clearing did, and they run through Apex. If you haven't noticed, many of these low-cost brokers do run through Apex Clearing, which isn't a bad thing, but you can run into situations depending on market conditions. You know, might not be able to trade if the market's going wild. That's just another reason to use IBKR. If only they had a better promotion. Let me know your thoughts on these brokers in the comments below, and if you're switching from Robinhood. I upload videos on Monday and Friday on travel and finance, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, hit that little subscribe button down there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.